Hi, good morning, everybody. So it's been quite an eventful week. On Wednesday, as you would have heard, the FSCA issued a penalty of 475 million to Mr. Markus Jooste, following a thorough investigation that found that Mr. Jooste and Dirk Schreiber made or published false, misleading, or deceptive statements about Steinhoff. This is how the issue from the FSCA read. And Steinhoff International Holdings, which they knew or ought reasonably to have known, were false, misleading, or deceptive. And this also included the omission of material facts. So the FSCA found that Mr. Jooste and Mr. Schreiber contravened Section 81(1)(a) and B of the Financial Markets Act. And that was on Wednesday. Then the news came through that Markus Jooste has passed away. Police in Hermanus, a seaside community about 120 km south of Cape Town, confirmed the death of a 63-year-old man on Thursday afternoon without identifying him by name. And they said the cause of death was a fatal gunshot wound to the head. The media jumped on it quickly, did confirm that it was Markus Jooste, and what was interesting is many of them cited the fine that was, or the penalty that was issued on Wednesday. But it also became clear, especially if you look at the news, that the 63-year-old Jooste, as well as his company secretary of Steinhoff International and the head of legal, Stian Grobler, were told on Wednesday that they had to hand themselves over to the Hawks on Friday. And Daily Maverick has got quite an interesting report that says the NPA's case was actually in an advanced stage to charge Markus Jooste and his cronies with everything that went wrong. And as well as senior Steinhoff executives, and they actually appointed an A team on the NPA side, including advocates Michelle Leroux, William Wim Trengrove, and Michael Mbikwa from the bar, and 2 commercial crimes prosecutors. So everything was fairly far moved by the time that Mr. Jooste decided to take his own life. So the plan was for Jooste and his co-accused to face charges next week linked to the manipulation of Steinhoff's share price, misrepresentations to third-party business people he did deals with, including Christo Wiese, Bram van Huisteen and Yayendra Naidu, as well as years of misstatements in the company's annual financial statements. So although the wheels of justice move slowly, it does move. Then in other news that I would have shared if the Steinhoff thing didn't happen this week in more detail, go and have a look on the FSCA's website. On Monday, they published their statement on consumer vulnerability. So the FSCA is responsible for, among other things, to protect financial customers by promoting fair treatment by financial institutions, and it is also responsible for promoting financial inclusion. Now, this statement supports both these objectives and aims to galvanize thinking and actions in the financial sector to identify and address the needs of vulnerable consumers. Like many other countries, South African consumers have recently experienced high-impact events. If you look at COVID-19, floods, droughts, political riots, we're not talking about Eskom, high interest rates, higher inflation, and that will amplify the financial vulnerability of consumers and households. So they may be more susceptible to poor customer outcomes than others in the financial sector. And this statement examines how market conduct should protect these customers. It is actually very interesting reading. Go have a look on their website and see how you can get involved as well with this. Then speaking about getting involved in scams, the FPI did a wonderful webinar this week with the FSCA as well as SABRIC on how to spot a scam. This video will be posted to our FPI My Money 123 website, where it will be available for everyone to go and have a look. And it was a practical conversation about how to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of falling for a scam. So you are very welcome to send consumers there. I really think they will need a bit of the information and the advice that we shared.